Hi there. Hello from Belinda from Hello Resonance. I just wanted to share with you the basic guidelines of when I facilitate a healing session for your business. So if you're watching this video, it means that you have contacted me to ask me to do a distance healing, a clearing or a balancing or a clearing of dissonance, or to create resonance within your business, whether it is with staff, with product, with relationships with other companies, or just involving the movement forward for your business. So this is basically what the station looks like when I work for you. This is my, I work off the 13 keys. Some of you will want to have your own grids, so you will get this printable if you are outside of the country. If you are close, then I'll probably print you one, but you will get this printable 13 keys, and I will explain to you how we work around activating each of the gateways to assist you with each level of your business. And so basically I have a matching grid here. I then have the inner center, which I work on. It is just a glass jar, and it allows me to put almost organs water in here. I can put a orgonite in the center. Often you would also have your own orgonite in the center to amplify all the work that we do and to help connect the two stations. I then place crystals or activating stones or quartz double pointed or single pointed at each of the gateways to activate the opening and closing, to be able to clear the dissonance or to amplify the resonance. I also choose stones for different stones for different sessions. I often before a session will intuitively feel certain stones need to be brought into the grid, and I will do so. So here in this session I landed up using even the crystal cards, so that's why we've actually got cards in the session. I normally only pull 3 cards, but it came through that more cards were necessary, and knowing what I did in this business session for this client, they totally apt, they fit perfectly with what is going on in their firm. So I have other little instruments here. I've got magnetic energy as well, which assists with the recalibration and bringing in energy and amplifying and making all the channels strong. These are my tuning forks that I will use in the session, and I work accordingly to this chart, and there are different frequencies that need to be adhered to or brought in when we are working with each gateway, and I will use them to either clear, balance, stabilize, harmonize the sequence of events according to what the client has asked. Sometimes clients ask me to do specific things. Other times clients say, please just step into the field and go with the flow. And the cards give me direction. Intuitively, I also get direction. And if I do have any messages, I note them down. I may just send them WhatsApp about the end of the session, or I will actually do a video. Sometimes certain prayers come through or certain emanations come through, and I will then put it together in a video and send it to the client because it's much easier. So when we actually set a date and time for this session, I send a little WhatsApp GIF. It's like 3 seconds long and has a little bit of music, and it just says, now we begin. And it means that I have now come into my practice, and I'm sitting down at the set time that we have agreed upon, and I'm going to facilitate that session. So what can happen, and usually happens with a client, is they don't have to be blocked off in their diary and sitting behind their office desk in order to receive this distance session that has been done on their business. They just have to acknowledge it on their phone that I've gone into session and that I'm interceding on their behalf to assist them with whatever it is they're wishing to address within their business. Sometimes the person is also included, or the people are also included, because it's all about relationships and how we are relating to one another and the dynamics within it. So I am working on the business, but I'm working on all those people that are contributing to that business. And I will do the session. I will make my notes. Often I make different statements within the session in order to be very clear with my intention. And then when I'm complete, I will send another GIF. It looks identical, but it says, now we are complete. And then what usually happens is the client at the end of the day will download the session. Now they're already actually downloading the session the minute that I begin. It enters the field and their field, and they immediately actually start downloading it. So a lot of my clients will say, I actually felt you step into the field, because I connect to them through the quantum field. And then they will consciously download the session at the end of the day or at a suitable time for them. And I just ask them to go quiet and just to call the session in through the thymus. And by just calling in the session, that is how we allow them to, that's how they agree to accept it. And then they can actually diffuse the session into their actual business. They become the beaker, or that cell phone tower, or that cell phone within the business that's now actually sending out the agreed session. So basically that is how it all works. If you've got any questions with what goes on here, you can just message me and I will pick up the comments. Just so that you can see, there's another thing I wanted to tell you. So, for example, with this client, because she had all these different cards, I actually brought that statement into the activation. So all my sessions have a clearing. It's like a sandwich. The clearing will be the slice of bread, and the activation, the clearing of dissonance, is the slice of bread, and the other side, the activation of resonance, is the other piece of bread. And sometimes there's actually some meat in between the sandwich, and I just allow my intuition to take me to the areas and the pattern or the statements to say to just create harmony and balance and synergy between things. And I often get downloads then, and I will note them so that I can share them with the client. I do remain rather silent with decoding the messages I get, because sometimes those messages are for me to be instrumental in the actions I take. They may not necessarily have any meaning to the client. Sometimes I do share it with the client and they go, I don't know how you knew that. So, and I do share it with them, and somehow it just ticks the boxes for them. I don't need to know the situation in order for me to work in the quantum field. Clearing dissonance and activating resonance within an area is actually very simple to do. So like for this client, I would take the appropriate key to the session, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a separate video for that. So I hope that has explained how I work with a distance healing session, and this just shows you that we can be very effective and very instrumental in working in somebody's business. Okay, thanks so much for sharing the space with me. I totally appreciate you, and thank you for being here.